8 on BBC One.
Sport of a culinary nature with Ainsley in Can't Cook, Won't Cook in 5 minutes. And that's after the news, now on BBC One with Andrew Harvey.
Good morning. The Treasury has just announced that interest rates are to be cut by 1/4%. This was decided at a meeting this morning between the Chancellor of the Exchequer and the Governor of the Bank of England. And figures just out show that unemployment in November fell to its lowest for more than 4 years. The number of people out of work was just over 2 million, a drop of 20,400.
The Governor of the Bank of England arrived at the Treasury for his regular meeting with the Chancellor to discuss the case for a move on interest rates. Pressure has been coming from those who believe the economic recovery is running out of steam. Today's cut adds weight to that view. On the strength of today's figures, however, others would argue that's not the case. Unemployment has been on a downward trend for 2 years, but the rate at which it's been falling has been slowing down. The slight upturn in retail sales has been long awaited by shops and stores. These official figures provide further evidence that consumer demand is starting to pick up, albeit at a very slow rate.
Well, in the city now is Geoffrey Dix of NatWest Markets. Mr. Dix, 1/4%, is that enough? Mr. Dix, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm sorry, we're obviously having difficulties with our link with the city. Let's move on then. The police are to be given new powers to arrest anyone carrying a knife in a public place without a good reason. The move follows the fatal stabbing of the head teacher Philip Lawrence. A new bill will also increase the maximum penalty for carrying knives unlawfully.
The new proposals would increase the maximum penalty for carrying any kind of knife, apart from a penknife, from a £1,000 fine to a 6-month prison sentence.
The measures that are necessary are measures which will strengthen the powers of the police to arrest people, increase the powers which we make available for those who are guilty of this offence, and those are the proposals which we have agreed with the Association of Chief Police Officers.
Labour has lent its support, but wants the private members' bill to also restrict the sale of knives in shops.
What we have to have generally is a campaign to break the culture of violence and the carrying of knives on the streets.
Last night, a doctor was stabbed at his surgery in North London. He was with a woman patient when he was attacked. He's said to be in a stable condition.
Bosnian Serbs in Sarajevo have voted overwhelmingly against the Dayton peace deal, which returns their districts to the control of the Muslim-led government. Preliminary results of the referendum showed that more than 90% of Sarajevo Serbs had voted against the deal. And many of them now say that they're so afraid they'd have no choice but to leave the city. 15 people have been killed in a car bomb explosion in Algeria. 40 others were injured in the blast near a street cafe in a suburb of the capital, Algiers. It's the first major attack in the country since presidential elections last month. Nearly 50,000 Algerians have been killed in 4 years of political violence. And that's all for now. More news in an hour's time.
Good morning. The news in the south now. A Hampshire hospital has begun an investigation after a patient was lost for more than 36 hours. Police searched Basingstoke's North Hampshire Hospital and grounds after the 40-year-old woman disappeared from her ward. She was eventually found in the basement. The trust says it will be checking its procedures. Plans for a £200 million town centre development in Reading will be discussed by councillors tonight. If they give the go-ahead to the Oracle shopping complex, work could begin early next year. The centre will include 2 department stores, 80 shops, restaurants, a multiplex cinema and new social housing. Hun saboteurs from Sussex and Hampshire have issued a writ against the police alleging wrongful arrest, false imprisonment and assault. 9 people from Chichester and Portsmouth made the complaint following an incident in March at a meeting of the Chiddingfold Hunt. All charges were dropped a week before the court case was due. And senior army officers from one of the region's regiments meet this week to discuss how to fight their recruiting problems. The Devonshire and Dorset Regiment is predicting a 30% shortfall in new soldiers this year. The regiment has already started turning to local colleges to boost numbers. That's it. We're back in an hour's time.
Good morning. Well, cloudy across most, but not all parts of the country. Satellite picture does show a lot of cloud, but it does show the breaks there across western areas. A little bit of sunshine there. But the main theme is cloud, but it's not all of equal thickness. It's quite thick across southeastern areas, a lot of drizzle and low cloud across the hills. That's going to stay through the rest of the morning. Further north, a little bit of brightness, but also some showers, and those showers are going to continue, particularly near those eastern coasts, as the brighter weather in the north gradually filters south, but it may well linger, the dull weather that is, across southeastern areas right through the afternoon. Now, temperatures are going to be more or less the same across the country, 7 or 8 degrees this afternoon, but with quite a stiff breeze coming across these eastern parts of northern England, it will feel decidedly chilly there. Now, tonight, that easterly wind is going to continue, and I think we'll find some rain pushing its way across southern areas, but central and northern parts of Britain will stay dry with well-broken cloud, and there will be a touch of frost, particularly across northwest Scotland, where those winds will be lightest. Further south, the wind picking up and temperatures no lower than about 4 degrees. And on Thursday, decidedly chilly day across these southern areas, a raw wind in from the east, a gale force wind with some rain and sleet or snow on the highest ground. Up to the northwest, though, bright at times, the best of the sunshine across western Scotland and northwest England. That's it. Goodbye.
Victor and Patrick, together for Christmas. Cosy it isn't. The relationship decidedly chilly.
There's already enough permafrost in my underpants to keep a leg of lamb fresh for a month.
But it is Christmas, and all's well that ends well. 1 foot nearer, Christmas Day, 9 o'clock on BBC One.